啊，技术太差了，只能玩这个夏洛克福尔摩斯啊，可怜呐。啊，我们上次玩完第1章嘛，我们今天就来玩第2章吧。第2章是什么？其实我有点忘了。电脑有点热。拿一封信来看一下信里面有什么。我们记得我们是放过他嘛，虽然说我觉得主要线索给的有点少了，所以也很难说到底放不放得过。不过我最后还是放了他，因为我记得你选另外一个结局，你最后看不到，你最后得不到那些股票，然后那个小屁孩自然也拿不回他家的那个股票。
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
望远镜，其实我不知道这个望远镜里面有没有彩蛋。每次都出现这个肥胖的大妈，然后看一下就没了，也不知道怎么回事。我们就轻装上阵。
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
一周后，看起来出去玩回来了。
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
The train vanished.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
第2天凌晨。这样，有点怪怪的。放在中间吧，这样好一点。
Let's begin our investigation.
直播画面好像有点怪。调查现场啊，我们来调查现场。
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is fortunate that we took it with us.
这张剧情看起来蛮神奇的啊。我们的火车莫名其妙就消失了，莫名其妙没有进站。 然后它就这样凭空消失了，从铁轨上消失了。
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
铁轨是没有问题的。
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
目前看起来没有任何线索。等一下，我要设定一下东西。这样萤幕会不会大一点？好，这样应该会好一点。这样应该会好。现在先找地图嘛，我们来找站长来说一下话，看一下会发生什么事情。
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you were Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
讲一些没什么用的话。灰头发。怎么卡住了？哦，没有，没事。荣誉奖章，看起来这个老头也是干得不错，泥土斑点，婚戒结婚了。
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please. Take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
See you later, my good man.
See you later, my good man. 这个站长感觉没什么好说的。
Railway post bags.
Railway post bag.
Holmes, how is it?
好，先不要屁话，快。领路。等下。 站长的房间要从后门进去吗？办公室。
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
罗宾逊先生，什么大人物吗？
Here is the train set.
感觉不是。诺丁汉到伦敦，哦，特殊车厢被预定。有钱人，有钱人。
A telegraph.
A telegraph. 这些，他们说有个对话查询，去问问看。特别的车厢。
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
See you later, my good man.
查明货物，有特殊的货物是不是？铁路地图
This map will be useful.
拿取，哇，直接拿走。福尔摩斯你也是不简单啊。
This part is probably from a locomotive. An old locomotive bell.
老旧的车铃。
This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
车站的仓库有什么特别的东西？到处走一走。哦，这边居然可以开。来看看。
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
但是不知道这有什么实际关系。重型车辆
Traces. Let's take a closer look. Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep.
到底载了什么？
These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
又有东西可以问。
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
来，站长，有话要问你。
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station, and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few hundred feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
就我们现在可以去布里斯顿站。目前没有任何资料。愤怒的乘客。
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
看一下这位老哥发生什么事了。陈祝福。金超人礼服，看起来是位工人呢。婚。 价车票。
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir. 哦，鲁滨逊先生，就是这位。
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the
凶
moment.
啊，这位老哥。澳洲人。还是个老粗啊。 个土豪呢。
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
董事会
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please
是位
clarify?
发明家
Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
太凶了吧，这位老铁！啊，越来越混乱了。这是什么文件？
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
15000英镑，全自动发电。
A telegraph.
A telegraph。来跟这位站长。
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
一起来观察一下。年轻。干净的衣服。规章制度。逻辑。写完字啊。
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham, but yesterday everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night. But people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
这是个傻屌。
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
屁话。
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
傻小。这边，现在到处看看，
Don't touch anything, please.
这个房间有什么特别的？保单有对话内容，跟大家聊聊。
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
小丑，
I see that you kept your gripsack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
It's a scandal.
别气啦！看这边有什么
Railway post bags.
罗宾逊的行李。
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
又要解锁了。基本上这个逻辑就是这样啊，你就先从外面的下面去对，然后把它对准，把它对好。好，基本上就是慢慢去试。看这有没有什么可以接的。 所以这条上面是没有线的嘛？ 那我就这样子。这个解锁前面几关还是蛮简单的吧，我记得有一关很难，有一关的很多变化。那个
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
太多合约了吧
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
，Mr.
An
Robin。
exclusive sales contract. Yet another exclusive sales contract.
太多独占销
Mr.
售。
Robinson is the seller.
啊，独占销售，然后为什么会有那么多？
Yet
这个人真的
another
他妈很靠谱。
exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
哇，这个人也是不简单耶。
Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his
都是
machine.
独家销售啊，
This Robinson fellow seems suspicious to me.
牛逼呀、牛逼牛逼！好，我们在这个站暂时没有事情做。这个每一家不同公司都卖独家销售的，这位老铁是牛逼呀、不简单不简单。脱离空间的界限，样品收宝，罗宾逊的统计。一定不是巧合吧？样品有很多客户，特殊车厢，对啊。
A fishing advertisement.
fishing，
This bin is full of empty bottles.
一堆空瓶子。我现在趁乱收一收。
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
没有背号。
A telegraph.
A telegraph。真是混乱。
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
What?
Wake up.
The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
先观察，观察这个傻屌，红鼻子。鱼线，喜欢钓鱼是不是？已婚，酒瓶，干净的衣服，他衣服居然是干净的。
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
The station master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted. Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
又要撬锁。
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
稽查到了。
Railway post bags.
Railway post bag.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
假火车实验。来试试看假火车实验。
This Robinson fellow seems suspicious to me.
I should use...
小齿轮连接器，刹车。
I should use. I should.
用基座，是吧？手摇设备，刹车吗？
I should use.
刹车装上去。
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
需要证据。
We need.
需要这边有没有蒸汽灯？火车备件。蒸汽滴血，好，我拿到了。
The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready to be used.
Oh.
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Ah, at any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
神奇的火车啊，神奇的假火车。走错路了，走错路了。好多包包，特别的东西，感觉看起来没有。
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly. Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham Station.
这个画上。好，我们再去跟站长说说话，调查。 铁路通往菜市场的分子。脏兮兮的
You
工
have
具。
quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
什么鬼啊？可以鬼转车器，调查一下，有什么新的？加火车。哦，这阳光明媚啊！
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
哦，这也太危险了，不是每个人都可以自己用。像火车会通过。
Mines. This is interesting.
哦，去矿山。哦，难不
It
成
would be quite possible for someone.
难不成
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
冲啊，福尔摩斯！哦，矿山。
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
一个废弃的矿山呢？
This is an administrative panel. See what it says.
This is an information sign. It might contain some useful data. We should restore it.
给保存起来。拿去。
Watson, you are a gentleman, and gentlemen tend to carry handkerchiefs. Might I borrow yours?
And where is your own?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Very well. Here it is.
WEA coal. These mines belong to them.
嗯。这难道有什么特别的？这没东西。
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow.
消失的铁轨。
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
拆除了。是的，奇怪的包裹。
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
Yo, 炸药呢
Dynamite.
用炸药把矿山炸崩了，这有点神奇啊。
This box must be the
保
safe.
险箱。
Let's open it.
这是什么？
The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information.
多了一家公司呢
Perhaps， Mycroft could help.
什么鬼啊？就是说，智利那家公司抢赢了墨西哥的一家公司，是不是？这也太难懂了。这间房子看起来是没有什么东西。调查位于切斯特菲尔德的地方。感觉矿山这边的事情应该差不多。去敦卡斯特站看看。新站里面有什么？哦，立刻就跑掉了，鬼鬼祟
A
祟。
funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman.
别家。
This scent is familiar to me,
哦，又是这个
but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
Có 快拼起来了。
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
抢出矿山生意的。烧焦的纸屑。
This ashtray is full of ash and a greenish-brown. These ashes and cigar stubs.
That means that the fellow spent several...
Well concluded, my dear. Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. This ashtray is...
先把烟
Newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
慢慢的赛马，赛马票。
Betting slips for horse
赌马
racing.
券
Betting. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
为了赌博。
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
Oh. 就资历人反而买下来了。
A telegraph.
这个有趣。墨西哥雪茄，杀掉了。
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
打瓶烟水的地方。
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I'm Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
先观察。犹豫。 也赌博输了不少啊，去世的纽扣，戒痕哦，离婚了吗？啊，赌博害人呐、啊！看一下有什么？哎，在哪里啊？ 诶，对啊，为什么他看到一个蓝色的？没有怀表。
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph, just the same as all the other nights.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map there should be a quarry here, and behind that the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
赛马
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake. Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
哇！一瞬间资讯多了好多。这东西没什么东西。
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
哼，是抽墨西哥烟。皱纹，时髦的衣服，那么喜欢抽烟呢、武术，会武术啊，昂贵的雪茄，体格健硕。
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
雪茄，
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros, who were due to arrive yesterday. They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know.
大王。 调查湖的岸边。岸。我感觉没什么特别，可能继续调查这个车站。为什么这个 warehouse 都没有东西啊？真的没有东西啊。
Watson, would you like some tea?
No.
No. 我不要喝茶。不用开啊！冲啊！ Let's 洗地方，那个洗地方有什么特别的东西
Railway post bags.
Railway post bag.
This post bag belongs to the state.
玉石的信。妻子的信。
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
赌马的不知道没钱啊。 太多东西了。墨西哥。 菜市场的铁路分子，我帮你找铁路是不是？
This railway branch should lead to the... The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Oh.
The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The railway ends here. That is strange.
就已经得到一个结论了。我先不要那么快下结论好了。河岸边，去河岸边看一看。
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster Station. It doesn't look like a very good place to rest. These traces were made by a carriage. Look. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches.
Oh,
the vehicle pressed the vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
太有趣了吧。
This place was abandoned fairly recently. Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached. A label with the name Las Zarpas. This place, an abandoned gypsy caravan.
要不这里面就是长铁轨的。
An advertisement for lake cruises.
There 感觉线索应该全部都搜查完了，因为没有新的任务显示。
Here it is.
哦，是墨西哥人的，哇！基本上就是墨西哥人的问题。这样。考公司有船。 看起来这个是最合理的，因为这个把所有线索连在一起。然后假如我们是用矿山的话，假如我们是用矿山的话。 假如我们是用矿山的话，那会有一个后传这个。等下，我们再看一看，好不好？看下地图。 矿山在这里，然后菜市场在这里。简单来说，这边有个菜市场，好，然后车子在这里这样子过去。政治游戏，盲目的正义。反正我们两个都看一遍吧。 有点 lag 住了，抱歉了，有点 lag。
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we should be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away, but... Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really? Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalist will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
哦，是骗。哦。
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
哦。神枪手华生。
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
嗯，没有说哪个是对的，是错。我来试试看当警察，当警察。
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, All right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
又要开枪喽。
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. And may we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? Yeah.
啊，这段应该是差不多一样的，我们就跳过吧。这次我们来试试看把墨西哥人爆头，来看会看到什么样的。
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
爆头。
Holmes, I had to do it.
It is all right, Watson. He got what he deserved.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence.
After I returned from Afghanistan, I vowed never to take another human life.
Watson, you did in fact save a life. You should focus on that. Now come, there is still much to do.
我选政治吧。感觉闹出国际仇好像也不是很好。其实我也不知道，其实我觉得这个没有一定啊。这种选择就看个人吧。这个好像对结局来讲没有什么差，就选这个。
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
No, I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype.
啊，这段应该可以跳，反正都一样，都看过了。
Well, the case is solved, and we should be heading home. And may we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking.
Ah, really?
把它跳过吧。我觉得还是不要杀好了，让他活捉他，更多资料。
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my god! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
好，我们就接受这个决定吧。同情心爆棚是什么鬼啊？
Holmes, what happened?
哦，直接躺在床上，
I feel
看
deathly.
起来快死了。
Would you look it? Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
那现在福尔摩斯发生什么事情啊？
The pupil is dilated.
瞳孔放大了。
The temperature appears to be normal.
体温正常。
I... A weak pulse, around
分钟50
50
下。
beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
诶，这个字幕
Mr. Holmes,
没
I'm
上
glad to
好。
find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Miss Pratt.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman Baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
好，那我们今天就一样玩一关了。那我们就今天应该就先玩到这边啦。我们来看有什么信啊？帝国力量正在雄起。所以，所以他利用这个案件去逼迫墨西哥政府签对英国有利的合约。哎，是不是该选警察呢？这也难说吧，对吧？好，那我们今天就先开到这边啦。那小弟弟我呢，就在这边先关台啦，有点累啦。希望之后应该会把它开完啦，之后应该会找时间把剩下几关好好打完这样。然后谢谢大家今天的观看，我们之后见啦。之后要开台会先 po 在粉丝团啦，所以希望大家可以去我的粉丝团按赞，谢谢，拜拜。